Oh, this? Oh, don't mind that. Don't worry about this. I just got done doing a little bit of sweeping. Before we get into today's video, guys, I just want to give a special shout out to today's sponsors, starting with Gold Fine and Bowles, lawyers for the injured. Personal injury, workers' compensation, those are their two things, but any sort of legal advice, they're the people to call. Give them a phone call, 309-673-5144. Tell them we sent you, okay? And I'd also like to shout out SeatGeek for sponsoring today's video as well. Use promo code PLAYBOOKSPORTS on their website to get $20 off your first purchase of $30 or more. Let's get back to the video. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Playbook Sports Podcast, coming at you guys with a Miami Dolphins recap video. Miami, big win over the Bills. Tua, undefeated against Bill Belichick. God, that feels good. 6-0 against Bill. Most wins of any quarterback in NFL history against Bill Belichick, and he's got 6 of them. You absolutely love to see that. Let's dive into these numbers just a little bit. Miami Dolphins win the game 31-17. Looking at New England, Mac Jones, not a great game from him, obviously. 19 of 29, 161, 2 touchdowns and a pick. Was sacked 3 times, a QBR of 40, which is obviously 0 to 100. 50 is bang on average. Running game, they actually ran the ball pretty well with Ezekiel Elliott. Ramondre Stevenson has just maybe lost a step this year. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with him, but Ezekiel Elliott looked decent, 5.1 yards a carry. Pretty good. Receiving-wise, nothing really crazy to speak of. They really didn't get the ball to Demario Douglas enough, in my opinion, if I was rooting for the Patriots. He's so shifty with the ball in his hands. They need to get him the ball more. Kendrick Bourne with a touchdown. He's always been a pain to deal with. Defensively for New England, couple of sacks. Only 2 quarterback hits were both of those sacks. So, honestly, their defense was not crazy impressive. They gave up 31 points. But now let's talk about the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa, 30 of 45, 324 yards, 3 touchdowns, and he did throw that ugly interception at the beginning of the game. I'm telling you, he's doing it once a game right now. That's just what he's doing. He'll throw for the 3 touchdowns and the 324, but we've got to cut back these turnovers, man. I'm so sick of spotting these bad teams just an early lead, just for fun, because we know we're going to beat them. Let's just not do that, though. I don't enjoy that. That makes it a lot more stressful. I'd prefer it if we didn't do that. But Tua with a QBR of 61 and a passer rating of 100.6. Just 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Just what you get from Tua. Rushing game, this was a disappointment, honestly. Raheem Mostert, 3.5 yards a carry. He did start to churn a little bit towards the end, and he did get a touchdown again. I think that's his 12th of the year, which is crazy. Jeff Wilson Jr. looked pretty solid. 5 carries, 23 yards. Good to see him back out on the field. None of these guys are Devon Achane, and that has just become so much more clear with Achane out. Salvon Ahmed, terrible. I don't want to see him out on the field anymore. No offense, Salvon. It was just ugly. He had 4 catches for 16 yards, and one of his 4 catches went for 20. So you do that math for me. Just not making anybody miss. Achane is a difference maker. It'll be great to get him back after the bye. Receiving numbers. Jalen Waddle. I said we needed to waddle on him. I wanted to see Stephen Ross's old ass up in that booth, up in that suite, doing the waddle, and I got to see it. Jalen Waddle was awesome. Did have a drop or 2, a couple of drops in there, but he made some really nice catches as well, working through some back pain. You could tell he was hurting still, but 7 for 121 and a touchdown is awesome. Good to see him and his running mate, Tyreek Hill. Fastest player to ever reach 1,000 yards in NFL history. Only took him 8 games. On pace for over 2,000 yards, just like he said he would. The guy is so good. 8 for 112 and a touchdown, and he caught that deep ball from 2. It was very, very pretty. Chase Claypool getting his first catch for the Dolphins also. Nothing really there. Durham Smythe, a couple catches. I mean, this was very obviously the Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill game, and I'm A-okay with that. That is a recipe for success in this league. Defensively, loved what I saw from the defense. Also, real fast, back on the offense, not a bad game from an offensive line that's missing 4 of 5 starters. The only starter that played in this game and finished this game, because Robert Hunt had to come out, he did look like he could maybe come back in, but they kept him out for safety, which I'm okay with. But Austin Jackson is the only starting offensive lineman from preseason depth chart. We were without Teron Armstead, Isaiah Wynn, Connor Williams. Robert Hunt goes out hurt. Austin Jackson's the only one out there. We were missing 80% of our starting offensive line. I was so excited to see Kendall Lam come trotting back out after his potential injury. We need some O-line depth, and we need it yesterday. Go get some. But these guys played well today. Only 2 sacks to a New England front, which is solid. Eichenberg wasn't terrible. The snaps weren't egregious. He had a couple of them that were just so slow it just messes up the timing. But I cannot complain too much about it. They held their own, couldn't run block that great, but pass pro was decent. Now defensively, we got after Mac, and that's what I said we needed to do. He is horrible under pressure. He senses any sort of pressure, and he tucks the ball in that front shoulder, and he just starts looking where he's going to get hit from because he knows it's coming. He panics under pressure. And he threw an awful interception to Jalen Ramsey. Welcome back. God, I wanted him to take that one to the house so bad. That would have been, what a way to introduce yourself to the Miami Dolphins fans. He allowed one catch on the day for, I want to say, for 0 yards, had a pick, forced a fumble. He was everywhere. He was absolutely as advertised. Great to see him back out there. Defensively, Jalen Phillips, Bradley Chubb has been a man on a mission, 4 sacks in his last 3 games. Love to see that. Turning those early season pressures into now sacks. That is awesome. That's called trusting the process. I'm just right there. I'm getting there in 2.5 seconds, and the quarterback's just throwing it just before I can get to him, and he is now getting home, and you absolutely love to see that. We did have 7 quarterback hits on this game, couple of good shots on Mac. Just had him uncomfortable. And it's hard to play football when you're uncomfortable and you don't have good separating wide receivers. And you've got good defensive linemen coming at you and decent corners playing. It's good to see Miami's defense starting to get healthy and what this unit can really turn into. It never felt like the Patriots offense was just moving up and down the field. They never felt like, oh, this offense is getting going, which isn't saying much because it's New England, who does not have a good offense. We'll learn a lot more about the Dolphins this upcoming week. But it feels so good after 20 years of complete dominance by the Patriots. Dolphins have won 7 of their last 8. 6 of their last 7 against the Patriots. That is awesome. With the only loss being a Teddy Bridgewater start at the end of last season that we lost by 2. Other than that, the Dolphins have won 6 of the last 7 against the Patriots. First divisional chance to sweep somebody, and we swept them. That's what you do to bad teams. I'm so sick of all this. Oh, who has the Dolphins played? I'm sorry, we beat the Broncos by 70. Did you guys see what happened to the Chiefs today when they played the Broncos? They got beat by 2.5 scores. They got smacked them. The Giants stink. The Dolphins, got lucky. They just swept the Patriots, right? Beat the Patriots and the Giants pretty handily. And the Bills should have lost to the Giants, and they did lose to the Patriots. So these cupcake teams we're playing, guys, this is the fucking NFL. All of these teams can beat all of these teams. That's how it goes. Okay, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what you want from me. Sorry, we're beating who's put in front of us. And we'll see how we look if we play a good team at home. I'm sure we do at some point along the road. I know we host Dallas. That'll be an awesome game. Everyone, we're playing good teams on the road. Going to Buffalo is hard. Going to Philly is hard. Not many teams win those games. Look at those 2 teams' home record these last 2 seasons. When Buffalo comes to Miami and when good teams have to come to Miami, we'll see what happens. It'll be fun to watch. We got a neutral field matchup in Germany coming up this Sunday, but nice game, Miami. Happy to get the win. I'm still perfect on my season prediction video. You'll have to go check that one out. Dolphins 6-2 with 1 more to go to the bye. And I will see you guys later on this week as we will be coming to you with a little earlier just because of work schedules. A little bit earlier pick week. So bear with us as we work to get all that out to you. And we'll have more preview review videos coming soon. So we'll see you guys in the next one.